A pleasant evening and a warm welcome to the national news on Channel I. I'm Dilanjali Ananda.
Good evening, I'm Clifford Richards. First of all, we take a look at the headlines.
A record income within 12 hours from the Meerigama-Kurunegala Expressway. Minister Lokuge says talks will commence tomorrow with relevant parties regarding receiving required fuel stocks for power generation. The President is to preside over the inauguration of the second session of the 9th Parliament tomorrow. Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva says the Sri Lanka Freedom Party has no need to topple governments. Veteran singer Neela Wickramasinghe passes away.
Moving on to the stories in detail. Well, today is the Duruthu full moon Poya Day, which records many important events in the history of the Sasana. In this connection, numerous religious programs have been organized in Viharasthanas throughout the island. Well, according to the Sasana history, it was on a full moon Poya Day like today that the Lord Buddha had visited the Sri Lanka for the first time after taming a group of 1,000 persons, including the Tunba Jatilas in Uruvel Danawa. The taming of the Yaksha clansmen and also the commencement of the construction of the historic Mahayangana Dagaba by depositing of the sacred hair relics were also recorded to have taken place on a Duruthu Poya Day. The day is also being remembered for the taking place of the Lord Buddha's initial visit to the Rajagaha city, along with 1,000 Arahat Bhikkhus on an invitation extended by King Bimbisara. The full moon Poya Day also records the approval of the ritual of invoking merit and Prince Sirisangabo ascending to the throne near the Mahayangana Chaitya. The 218th Dhamma sermon of the series of the Amma Dhammsisila Dharmadeshana, being conducted according to a concept of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa on every full moon Poya Day, was held at the temple trees today. The Poya Day's Dhamma sermon was delivered by the chief incumbent of the Dematalua Purana Pudgul Vihare, Dikvehara Rajamaha Vihare, and the Sivallava Gunaratnarame, and the chief Adhikarana Sanganayaka of the Northwestern Province, the Venerable Rakava Sri Junaratna Nayaka Thera. The month's Poya program of the Saddharma Varsha religious Dhamma program series organized by the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation was telecast live throughout the day today from the Midallavala Puran Rajamaha Vihara Viharasthane in Mathura. It was conducted under the patronage of the chief incumbent of the Viharasthane, Shastrapati Venerable Hakmana Jnana Vimalathera. The program included Dhamma sermons, Dhamma discussions and community hospitality services. The Yavunsila Samadhi program, being implemented on a concept of Minister Namal Rajapaksa, was conducted at the Sri Dudugamanu Rajamaha Viharasthane in Beralihela Saliyapula in Tissamaharama today. The main objective of the program is to direct younger generation. Well, the annual Duruthu Mahaperahara of the Kalani Rajamaha Vihara Viharasthane was conducted last night. According to the health guidelines, the Perahara was restricted to the Udamalua of the Viharasthane. It was very colorful pageant with including upcountry and low-country dancing.
Minister Gamini Lokuge says talks will commence tomorrow with relevant groups regarding obtaining necessary fuel supplies for power generation. The Ceylon University Board Engineering Union says that the main reason for the current power crisis is the country has been the failure of the previous good governance government to set up a single power station in the country. Minister Gamini Lokuge said that they are in need of diesel to power the plants from tomorrow. He added that they have contacted the minister in charge of the Petroleum Corporation in this regard and requested his assistance to resolve the issue. The minister further said that they are hoping to conduct talks with the Treasury, the Petroleum Corporation, the Bank of Ceylon and the Finance Ministry to find a solution. He added that they will also look into the possibility of purchasing oil even from the IOC. President of the Ceylon University Board Engineering Union, Saumya Kumaravadu, said that it was due to an inability of the former rulers to establish new power stations that the present-day crisis has emerged. They had stopped a Korean company constructing a new plant. However, it was only after the present president assuming duties that an agreement has been reached to construct a new power station. If Sampur power plant was established, the problem should not have become so acute. The loss on the failure of setting up of new power plants within the period of 5 years is around 200 billion rupees.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has presided over the declaring open of the Tomlin Park and the Sahas Uyana Urban Vehicle Park, constructed for the benefit of the devotees arriving at the Sri Darada Maligawa in Kandy last evening. Well, the Premier, upon unveiling the plaque at the Tomlin Park, was engaged in an observation tour. The park has been designed under the Strategic Urban Development Project of the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing. A sum of 380 million rupees has been spent for this project. Under the World Bank assistance, the complex is comprised of accommodation facilities for pilgrims as well as 16 trade stalls and sanitary facilities. Thereafter, the Prime Minister arrived at the Sahas Uyana Urban Vehicle Park and unveiled the plaque. A sum of 530 million rupees of the World Bank assistance has been spent on the vehicle park, which was built at the location of the previous vehicle park. The facilities also consisted of an open theatre, a handicraft trade complex, a cafeteria and a children's park. Pansil was delivered on this occasion by the Anunayaka of the Malvatta chapter, the Venerable Nyangoda Vijita Sirithera. Anunayaka of the Askiri chapter, the Venerable Venerue Upalithera, delivered a brief anusasana. Minister Kelly Rabukwella, Central Province Governor Lalithu Gamage, State Minister Lohan Ratwate, Mayor of the Kandy area Kesara Senanayaka, other people's representatives and government officials graced the occasion.
Minister Nimasripala De Silva says that the Sri Lanka Freedom Party has no need to topple governments at this moment. He was addressing a ceremony in Badulla. Minister Nimasripala De Silva said that the President said they will embark upon a new journey. The Prime Minister has stated that they will also start a new journey. He added that they do not want to obstruct the government's activities because they themselves had contributed to form the present government. The minister further said that they also has a right to protect the government. The government's shortcomings should be pointed out and good work should be commended. Commenting on the vaccination program, he said that Sri Lanka is a country which has most successfully carried out the program. The government's program should be viewed with a realistic vision. The minister further said that some people have become upset over the collapse of the government, but added that this will not happen. The government needs 113 votes to function.
Well, a record income has been received within 12 hours from the Meerigama-Kurunegala Expressway. A revenue exceeding 2.8 million rupees was received during the period 12 noon and midnight yesterday. Well, the second stage of the Central Expressway from Meerigam to Kurunegala was vested with the people on the 15th of this month. It has been reported that 13,583 vehicles have travelled on the highway. A special feature has been of not reporting of any vehicle accident. The users of the expressway have been allowed to travel free of charge from Meerigam to Kurunegala Gitwana interchange, as well as from Gitwana to Meerigam interchange from Sunday night, or rather from Saturday night till 12 noon yesterday.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa will preside over commencement of the second session of the 9th Parliament of Sri Lanka tomorrow. The President is also scheduled to deliver the government's policy statement on this occasion. Secretary General of Parliament Dhammika Dasanayake says that according to the instructions of the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, tomorrow's opening of the second parliamentary session will be conducted in an extremely simple note. Accordingly, features such as gun salutes and motorcades will not be included. Instead, the ceremony will be restricted to several cultural events, including reciting of the Jayamangala Gatha. The President is expected to deliver the government's policy statement at 10 a.m. Thereafter, the session is scheduled to be adjourned. A debate on the President's policy statement is scheduled to be held on the 19th and 20th of this month. The national television will telecast live the proceedings of the opening of the second session of the 9th Parliament from 9:15 a.m. tomorrow. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, upon powers vested upon him through the 70th clause of the Constitution, has issued an extraordinary Gazette notification on the 12th of last month on the termination of the parliamentary session. Executive Presidents on several previous occasions had ended parliamentary sessions upon implementation of the Constitution of 1978. In certain instances, some presidents had ended parliamentary session at the end of every year they held office. Accordingly, former President J.R. Jayawardena had ended parliamentary session in 7 occasions. Ranasinghe Premadasa had ended parliamentary session on 4 occasions. D.B. Wijetunga, during his short tenure as president, has ended parliamentary sessions in 1 instance. President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratungka had also attended sessions on 5 occasions. President Mahinda Rajapaksa had used his powers in this regard in only 3 occasions. Maithripala Sirisena had also ended the parliamentary sessions on 3 occasions. It has also been pointed out that with the ending of the parliamentary sessions, many committees, including the COPE or the Committee on Public Enterprises, the Committee on Public Finance, will be abolished. Selection of new members and chairmen to these committees will have to be carried out during the new session.
Well, a large number of people, even from outstations, have visited the walking lane of the Colombo Port City project today as well. Attention of many of the visitors have been focused on the yacht project, which means ships with sails. Well, sailing ship is a vessel equipped with a simple mechanism used by the explorers to Sri Lanka in the ancient times as well. Well, the Port City project enables visitors to get a first-hand experience on the workings of a yacht vessel. Well, a sailing ship service got underway with the opening of the general public of the pool built alongside the Colombo Port City. The 4 sailing ships have 4 and 10 room accommodations respectively. The sails have been prepared using local raw materials by a local private company. Well, travel itineraries include recreation tours between 3 to 7 hours in the daytime. General Manager of the Sail Lanka Chartered Private Limited, Shanaka Niranga Vikramasinghe, says that in addition to nighttime tours have also been organized, which commences in the evenings and end in the daytime following day. The sail ships also provide opportunities to conduct private wedding ceremonies and other forms of parties. There's a room for special photography sessions as well. Tasty food and beverage are being provided according to the preferences of the customers. In daytime as well as nighttime travel, the visitors are also being accorded the opportunities of swimming and floating in the sea as well. Well, foreign tourists are also accorded the opportunity of sunbathing under the bright blue skies of the Indian Ocean. Another special feature is to witness sunrise in the eastern sky as well as sunset in the western direction. Visitors could join the trips as individuals or as groups. This is another significant project of the Colombo Port City to allow Sri Lankans to have a luxurious comfort in a ship in the deep seas.
Minister Bandula Gunawardena says that the price of rice is being maintained at a stable level at the Lanka Satasa. He made these remarks at a media briefing in Colombo today. Minister Bandula Gunawardena said that mill owners in Polonnaruwa have warned that a kilo of rice would be sold for 300 rupees in the new year. He added that this was the beginning of a conspiracy program. The minister further said that mill owners had wanted to increase the paddy rice during the next New Year period in order to raise the price of a kilo of rice to 300 rupees. However, the cabinet has taken a decision to maintain the price of rice at a stable level without causing severe burdens on the consumers. He also said that Satasa will not sell a kilo of Nadu rice exceeding 105 rupees throughout the year. It will also not sell a kilo of Samba rice above 130 rupees.
Well, veteran singer Neela Wickramasinghe has passed away at the age of 70 years today. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in a Twitter message, says that she passed away in a sudden heart attack while functioning as the newly appointed Consul General in Milano, Italy. Neela Wickramasinghe, who was born in the year 1950, had a formal education from the Kirimatiyagara Vidyalaya and a private school in Casbah. She had entered the singing profession in 1967 through Radio Ceylon. She was promoted as an A-grade singer of the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation in 1973. She has played the role of a background singer in 67 films. Neela Wickramasinghe had received the Sangeeta Visharada Award in 1974.
The Ministry of Education says relevant measures are being taken to conduct the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination and the GCE Advanced Level Examination according to health guidelines. This was disclosed at a media briefing held today. Commissioner General of Examinations, LMD Dharmasena, said that a group of specialist physicians under the leadership of Director General of Health Services were engaged in a discussion with him on this issue. He added that the program is being implemented according to their instructions. Placing of relics in the newly constructed Chaitya of the Sri Dutigammanu Raja Mahaviharaya Pirivena Viharaya in Saliyapura Beralihela in Tissa Maharama was conducted today with the participation of Minister Nama Rajapaksa. The constructions of the Chaitya has been carried out through personal finances of the minister. Head of the Vidya Samadhi Mahapirivena Venerable Ambilipiti Rahula and Venerable Hakmana Nandaratana Thero of the Sri Dutigammanu Raja Mahaviharaya and Minister Chama Rajapaksa were also present on the occasion.
Well, a wild elephant roaming in the Polonnaruwa National Park has stormed the premises of the Galala Technical College last evening. The wildlife officials have chased away the beast. Another wild elephant who had damaged paddy fields in the Tissa Maharama area was also chased away by the wildlife officials.
The sacred relics placed at the Ampara District Secretariat were brought back to the Digavapi sacred site after a lapse of 2 years. A stone casket containing 4 golden relics were found in the excavation of the Chaitya on the 18th of November 2020. They were deposited in the Digavapi Chaitya relics chamber by the Secretary to the Ministry of Defence, retired Major General Kamal Gunaratna.
And on that hype, it's time to end the news. Do enjoy the rest of the programs. Take care, good night, and stay safe.
Good night.